Welcome to the Lockdown Cricket Show's coverage for the PSL 6th edition. The league has been extremely exciting and we have had some really close games that have ended up in the final over. We were doing a day-to-day basis coverage for the league previously, but due to seasonal allergies, I have been under the weather for a bit of time now. Anyone living in Islamabad or who has been here during the spring knows the feeling. We will try to cover more frequently in coming days. Today we are going to discuss the different patterns that we have observed during the first 12 matches of PSL. The first pattern, obviously, and the very glaring one, is win the toss and win the match. Now this is something I think that has less to do with the pitches and the conditions and more with the psychology of the players. Yes, chasing teams have had a better opportunity with some dew around, but I don't think dew has been that big of a difference over here. Likewise, the pitches after the first week slowed down considerably and we can expect more spin from them, but the spinners have not been utilized well enough. So I do believe that before we move on to the Lahore leg, we will see teams batting first winning. It will take a bit more of a positive attitude from the teams batting first and a bit more brave response from the bowlers that has been lacking over the first 12 matches. The second pattern that we have observed is the performance by the captains is not up to the mark. Starting off with the hottest team of the tournament, Lahore Qalandars. Sohail has done reasonably well in the previous edition, but this time around he has been found lacking with the bat. He has led the team reasonably well. I think the biggest reason that Sohail is such an asset for Lahore is the fact that a lot of previous international players failed to gather Lahore Qalandar and build it up with its full potential. However, Sohail has been successful in that regard. Former Pakistan captain Sarfaraz has been leading Quetta Gladiators and he's been scoring runs really well. However, his on-field antics have left a lot of people surprised, and some really ridiculous chasing the bowlers around has really not done his team any good. They have lost a couple of close games, but that's a part of how it goes, and Quetta will struggle if this continues. When it comes to Islamabad, Shadab has had an iffy season so far. He really has not delivered to his potential. Although in the previous edition Shadab Khan's Islamabad were at the bottom of the table, a lot of people appreciated his Devon Orr style of captaincy, coming up the order, scoring quick runs and also picking up wickets. He's doing neither this time around and he's going for a lot of runs. Karachi Kings captain Imad has also had a very okay-ish kind of a tournament. He hasn't done wonders with the ball, he's done nothing substantial with the bat, and one wonders that maybe Karachi Kings are actually short of a good quality spinner over here. Imad against Lahore did not bowl, and that raised a lot of eyebrows. Yes, Mohammad Nabi bowled reasonably well, giving away 31 runs from his 4 overs, but I think that should not be an excuse for Imad not to take up the ball in such crunch games. Peshawar Zalmi's captain Wahab is not an automatic selection if you ask me in the team, but he is obviously going to play every game since he's the captain, unless he's injured. But I think his performance so far has been nothing short of scandalous. Yes, he tore apart Islamabad in that one performance, but getting 2 back-to-back 50s as a bowler, that's just not acceptable. He is their prime bowler. He's supposed to be leading by example, and unless he continues to bowl the way he bowled against Islamabad, I think Zalmi made a pretty poor choice of picking up their captain. Coming to Multan, the final team in the event, Multan has really impressed one and all, and I think Mohammad Rizwan has by far been the most performing captain in this event. He's been scoring runs right and left, he's scoring quickly, his captaincy has been reasonably good. However, his team has struggled due to the bowling department's lacking of depth. Now I personally feel they would like to play somebody like Imran Tahir. They should be playing him, but playing 3 leg spinners would be a bit difficult. Shahid Afridi unfortunately has not delivered, and dropping Afridi for Imran Tahir would be a tough call. There is no particular reason to drop Usman Qadir at this point in time, so the team will have to make a tough call. The fast bowling department is another aspect why teams have been able to chase. Now Pakistan has had some fantastic fast bowling over the years, but in this tournament, to my surprise, a lot of the fast bowlers are unable to maintain their lines and lengths when it matters. They may start off with 2 overs for 12 runs and a wicket, but they end up giving away 40 runs in this spell of 4 overs. Now, if you have a good batsman who's in the hitting mood and needs to hit in a chase, if you're going to bowl slow half trackers that really sit up and say hit me, you're not going to get the results. I think Shaheen Afridi's bowling against Karachi, although it was the first innings, was a perfect example how you need to go about the death overs. Bowl fast, bowl it full into the stumps, and leave the rest to its own. Obviously, you do risk getting hit for sixes with this if you miss your length, but that's a risk you have to take if you have the ability to bowl good Yorkers. Also, I think the players have been either too wide, where the batsman can simply connect and get boundaries, or too straight, where again you're in the arc. You have to find a good balance as a fast bowler, and bowling for slower balls and over also does not help. I think Waqas Maqsood the other day found that out against Multan. Some of the finds or players who have shown class so far, the youngsters, I think Mohammad Wasim from Islamabad has been very good. Dahani from Multan has been phenomenal. I think he needs a lot of grooming, but he can be a very classy fast bowler. Mohammad Hassan has made a fantastic comeback. He's showing that he's got pace and he's got grit and he's got that fire in his belly where he wants to deliver. Shaheen Afridi, as we all know, has been in top form for a while now, and I think it goes without saying he's probably the best white ball bowler in the world right now, and hopefully he can translate that form into test cricket as well. Karachi Kings Arshad Iqbal is also pretty impressive. He's bowled well, and I think he can be a good prospect in the longer run. Hopefully today's episode was useful in terms of what's going on with PSL, and let's hope that we are able to put out our programs more frequently. So we'll see you the next time.